Good morning.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
Here we go.
This is crazy. On Thursday, you were out. You had a colonoscopy, so we ran some reruns. And we did a story. It was the dumbass of the day for Thursday. It was the OnlyFans mom from Florida, right? And then I saw another story about an OnlyFans mom from Florida. And I thought it was a follow-up to what ended up happening to the OnlyFans mom from Florida that we talked about, I don't know, a month and a half ago or something like that. But no, this is a different OnlyFans mom from Florida. That kid is also in a Christian school, which is insane. This is the second instance of this. So what happened to her? She goes by Taylor Vixen.
Okay.
She was discovered by some of the kids that go to the school. They looked her up as the mom dropping off the kids at the school and all that stuff. She didn't have anything advertised on her car. They just started looking into her.
Sure. Like, we all were kids, right? We all heard about so-and-so's mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't have
smartphones,
access to
computers,
internet
not when we were kids. We didn't have internet like that.
So it was just a rumor, and then it went nowhere, right?
Yeah.
But now these kids are like, within minutes, they're able to pull up this information on these people, and it's like, whoa. So the school met with her on Thursday, subsequently the same day that we were running this story about the other OnlyFans mom.
Was she clothed when they met with her?
Yes, she was, because it was in Leesburg, and they
come on, Mrs. Williams, come on into Principal Jefferson's house, or I'm sorry, office.
Wallender. Her name's Wallander or Wallender.
What's her stage name? I
told you, Taylor Vixen.
Vixen, yeah.
Taylor Vixen.
Vixen.
So she says that kids enrolled in the school found her sites and began sharing them, causing a class disruption. Her public Instagram account contains links to her OnlyFans page.
Did you say Taylor Vixen?
Yeah.
Is that Taylor?
Yes. All they had to know was her last name to find her Instagram page, which then had links to the OnlyFans site where people could check it out. Now, the content included cooking, physical fitness, and more. But the site is primarily known for adult content. Now, I don't know if there's any adult content, and I'm sure you're doing the research on that right now as we speak.
Oh, yeah. This is
this the
important.
right one, though?
This is I have at Taylor Vixen, and
I don't know if that's it.
Nothing's coming up.
Is she a blonde?
There's spankbang.com. I don't know. Okay. Probably not going to click on that one. Florida. OnlyFans upset on school. Oh, this is it. Maybe they'll show a picture over here. Come on, show me Miss Vixen. Come on, Miss Vixen.
Well, I can give you a picture of her. I could share it.
Is she a bigger girl? Because the girl that came up on the other site was
kind of, but not really. Not like super big. Like up top. She's kind of big.
The thing is, I was never into moms when I was a kid. I just have never been into older women. Oh, no, Taylor Vixen looks good. She looks good. She's got the fake tan, the Florida fake tan, with the fake bleached hair. And, yeah.
So
that's got to be rough being her kid. He's getting a lot of flack at school. That never goes over well. It's not like you're the cool kid now.
Yeah, you should want to pull your kids out of the school now.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because sorry about that, Tommy. Well, put you in a different school. Nobody will know. I'll change my footprint, my digital footprint a little bit.
Yeah.
She says that he gave us the option that we either could withdraw from school immediately, take down the sites, or she could continue with the school year. Or she would take down the sites and then the kid would continue with the school year. They are citing their own handbook in a section titled Parental Behavior. And this says any parent who intimidates, harasses, provides false information, or otherwise inappropriately interacts with staff, students, or other parents in person, via electronic, social media, or the internet, or in any manner, may be disciplined, trespassed from the campus, and referred to law enforcement, and have their children dismissed from school. She says she's not interacting with anybody in this, even though the kids found her, sniffed her out, and caused a disruption on that front.
Well, it doesn't matter. She's whatever causing a distraction for the kids at the school and her child. And now I think it's going to be hard for that kid to move forward. I mean, they'll get past it at some point, but no, they won't. They'll be picking on this kid like all the way through high school.
Yeah, you should want the kid to be able to get out of school.
Yeah, let's get
him, and you know what? It's probably best, and this is your own doing, right? Like, don't start fighting that battle at this point. You're too deep into it. You shouldn't have probably done that, or you should have been way more discreet about it. But it becomes everybody's like, there's such a marketplace for these people that make themselves available online for money-making purposes, and a lot of people can make a lot of money doing it. And I don't know, maybe she does. Maybe she does make a lot of money.
And nothing against her for doing it, but at the same time, there's consequences because you have kids.
Yeah,
when you have
that's
kids,
the thing. So you can. So once you get sniffed out in that area, then you've got to be willing to. All right, on to the next venue. That's the only way you can fight that one. And listen. It was a private school. And you should be thankful it's a private school, really, because they probably have some rules in there that the public schools don't have that protect your child from harassment and things like that while they're still going to school there versus the Wild West when it comes to the public school.
Does it say how old the kid is? If you said that, I
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, let's say he's a little bit older, like he's a preteen, but he's not a little kid.
It does not say whether it's he or a she either.
Oh, okay. Well, it's tough because then you got your friends. Do you really want to go to a new school and leave all your friends? That sucks.
Yeah, I think I would. Hey, give your child the choice.
Yes. We got Beer Garden tickets, Citrus Coast Craft Beer Festival, not this weekend, but the following, and we got VIP tickets to get you in early, exclusive beers. Today, 9:40, if you know the show, KZOZ.com to buy them.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning, 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
Have a good morning.
Coming up here in just a few minutes, Chris Taranto from the Paso Wine Country Alliance just got back from Japan. We got to ask him about that trip. Paso Wine making the trip. Apparently, they're buying a lot of Paso wine now. And as well as they've got a virtual auction coming up where they've got all these different excursions and wine lots that you can buy. He'll talk about that. And, of course, what's happening now that spring release is here. A lot of parties happening up in Paso Wine Country. So all that and more coming up next with our friend Chris Taranto from the Paso Wine Country Alliance. PasoWine.com next.
Ever wonder what it's like to work with Jeff and Jeremy?
Why are you so cranky?
It's early. Let's be real with people.
Let's be real.
Work with them at home on demand by subscribing to Jeff and Jeremy in the morning, wherever you get your podcasts. All the benefits of working with them, with none of the smell. Oh, somebody light a match. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
All right, here we go. Here he comes, all the way. Did you go do any karaoke while you were in Japan?
Yes, I did.
And did you
Chris
sing
Cherry
this?
And I.
Did you sing this song?
No.
Chris Taranto's here. Paso Robles Wine.
Would that be considered offensive if you did that?
It might be. Yeah.
They're like, what the hell does this American mean by that?
Just blame it on the sake. Too many sake bombs. Do they do sake bombs in Japan like we have here at the Japanese restaurants? No.
I did not see any sake bombs go down. Karaoke is totally cool there.
Whoa, he just did it! He
just said it. He just said it the proper way. Karaoke.
So we were talking yesterday about when we go different places like Mexico, we start talking like, we get the inflection in there. You go to
We'll adopt the dialect at the least.
Son of a bitch.
You can't you can't in Canada you could totally do it, right? Like because we both speak English. Yeah. But in Mexico it's a Spanish version of English that you're speaking. When you're trying and you sound like an idiot. You sound like a bumbling fool.
But you just did it.
So when you go to Japan and you say karaoke.
Karaoke.
Yeah.
I want to do that karaoke thing.
So real quick, I know we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff today, including the virtual auction you guys have coming up, but tell us what led you, what took Paso Robles wine over to Japan?
Yeah.
Are they buying a lot of our
absolutely.
grapes? Are they buying a lot of our juice? What's going on?
No, they're buying a lot of our wine, our finished wine. So
perfect.
California Wine Institute is this overarching organization that promotes California wine globally. And so one of the initiatives that they have, it's called California Alive, where they do a series of trade tastings in Tokyo, Osaka, and Seoul.
Wow.
Where they bring in importers, about 40 importers who are showcasing wines from California. So every year, what they do is they end up having a region showcase, and so we were the region showcase this year. So the focus. So Paso, we traveled there with 10 of our vintners and did a series of events where I do our presentations, the master classes on Paso wine and what makes Paso unique as a wine grape growing region.
Sure.
Right. So I do those, and then we have our people pouring. We did different media events as well. It's so cool.
God, you have the
Weber
greatest
Grills.
job. You just get to talk about wine. You get to go to Japan, hang out with guys like Chris Cherry. I'm surprised you're still alive. He's older now, so he's probably not as crazy as he was like 10 years ago when I met him. Like the guy's nuts, Jeff. I'm telling you, like this guy's fun. He's fun. But I don't know. Is he getting older and a little bit more relaxed and not as wild?
I don't think I'd call them relaxed and not as wild.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What is so? What would you place the odds of having some kind of passport issue like revocation if you travel somewhere with this guy? Like 1 out of 100, like 100 being really bad.
Zero.
Okay, 0 being okay. Good. Okay. All right. He's not that crazy then.
So didn't he just sell some of his vineyards too? So he's probably just
No, that's a different family.
Oh,
that,
okay.
Had been working with Matt Trevison for a long time, and
Okay.
he's been sourcing from their vineyard, and so he purchased their vineyard. Yeah, unrelated.
But anyway, so you're there,
So-
you're having a good time. Who else?
Yeah,
went
we're
with
there.
you?
We're having fun. Okay, so I got to tell you guys, this is really cool. Weber Grills actually has like these cool storefronts all over, apparently. But what we did is we did an event in Tokyo at a storefront of theirs, and one in Seoul, where they actually have a full demonstration kitchen in there, and so where they're cooking food, whatever it might be, and then talking about their grills and why they're so special and important. And this partnership that we did where we had our wineries there pouring their wines, all for a bunch of like Japanese influencers and the like. And so, I mean, you can imagine the amount of selfies going on in this space and pictures of the wines and all of that. The amount of coverage that came out of that was crazy. And Seoul too. And what we did is we gave them a recipe for Santa Maria style rub. And so they were cooking Kobe beef with the Santa Maria rub, and then our wines are there. And it was just this really cool, unique experience. And all I could think of is like, why don't we have one of these
in the front of the like you just go to the Weber store, like it's like an Apple store, but it's for barbecues.
Yeah.
And then you go there and then they're like, hey, let's make up something and we're going to drink some wine and all that.
Yeah.
I am surprised we don't have more of that going on
It
here.
would be so cool. Full demonstration kitchen, like full, like big grills and the like, all, plumbed in with hoods and everything like that. Like, how cool would that
Start
be?
one, Chris.
Should.
You guys have a good location in Paso Robles.
Right.
I mean, it could, the barbecue smoke. I mean, it works for Jeffrey. The barbecue smoke could get people wandering down to your neck of the woods.
Talk about like just mouth watering, and what a neat experience it was too. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So
yeah, no, that's awesome. So so you were just over there barbecue, drinking wine, and saying, "Hey, take pictures of me."
Yeah,
and the wine,
and our winemakers.
Let me ask you this: how long is the flight? Did you leave out of L.A. to get
left
to
out
Japan?
of L.A.
To go to
we
Japan?
we left out of L.A. and flew to Harita. That was like 10 hours or something like that. Yeah.
Did you go coach, or were you able to go business or first class or economy plus?
We went business, yeah.
Oh, you went
You
business.
should always say, whenever anybody asks you anything about your travel arrangements, you should always say coach.
No.
We use points, though.
Well, good for you, though.
Yeah.
I mean, God, business class is pretty nice. I've flown economy plus or whatever it's called, which is like Jeff flying first class. You know, if we're flying around the United States, like it's the same type of setup. But when you go business, you get your own little cocoon or whatever. I've never been up there.
No, that's first class. Business for this particular flight, basically we were up against the bulkhead that separated us from first class. So we're still in a normal seat, but it's a little bit wider,
bigger,
and you got a little bit more leg room. But no, we're not in a cocoon thing. That would have been rad. But no,
my goal one day,
one
day to be in the cocoon. All right.
Yeah, I want to go on a flight that you could sleep on just to go on the flight. And just turn around and come back.
Have you seen the Emirates? Their suites, they've got rooms with a shower. You get your own shower.
Little cubicle, and a computer, and all that stuff.
But you still get like your little travel package, like with slippers and socks and all that kind of.
That's cool.
Little face mask and
When it was
cool.
When you fly, do you drink wine or do you drink spirits or beer? What do you like to drink?
Usually, I don't drink. Actually.
Oh, really?
Typically, yeah. So, well, for one thing, I don't drink beer because I don't want to have to get up and go pee.
Okay.
On a flight.
Very good. Just it's very smart.
Though, after you have 5 or 6 beers, you don't care. You're just like,
Yeah, no, I don't
if
think
you
so.
think about it, the best thing to drink on a flight is like coffee and vodka together.
But here's a funny thing that
Just
happened.
dry you up like a grape on a vine.
On our way there,
yes.
On our way there, the flight attendant comes by and she's chatting with me. And Joel's next to me. He's asleep or at least had headphones on or whatever. And I'm chit chatting with this flight attendant. And she says, "So what are you doing and where are you going and whatever?" Just struck up a conversation with me and told her I'm in the wine industry, blah, blah, blah. She said, "Oh, I love Paso Robles. I love Paso wine. Like, I've been there a bunch of times." She's like, "Oh, my sister, she goes there all the time too," and all this stuff. And then she disappears into first class. She comes back. She's got a bottle of wine, hands me a bottle of wine, hands me some nice stemware.
Wow.
And it's like, and then Joel wakes up and he's like, what's going on here? I'm like, I introduce them. Gina's awesome. And so Gina's just hands us a bottle, and then later on comes back around and she's like got a little cheese tray for us. And
my gosh.
What airline?
United.
Wow.
Yeah, it pays to talk to people, Jeff, where you like to be a
guys are
recluse.
worldwide.
Just be friendly. You never know what could happen. How was the wine? Was it any good? Was it from Napa?
Yeah, it was great.
Where was it from?
Yeah, it was actually.
It was a Napa wine?
Yeah, it was.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. How pathetic can some people be?
New Yorkers think they're going to wander into any other town and be like, "I'm the mayor now." Oh, really? Then they always come back with this. "But Ryan, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere." No. That's not true. Frank Sinatra put that in one song and everybody went, "That's a fact." You know what he said? We can do anything, anywhere. I'm from a town of 1,000 people in Idaho, and I don't think New Yorkers could make it there. What happened? I don't know. We wandered off looking for gluten-free cupcakes, and where are they? They're always right here. 3 days later, we found a body. Turns out he couldn't make it here. Maybe New York City is the easiest place to make it. Have you ever thought of that? I mean, sure, you get lost, but you pop up out of the subway and go, "Oh, the streets have numbers, and I see 6 delis. I think I'm going to make it." Like, there are people who came to this country and this city with nothing and made it. But I don't feel like those are the people who are saying those words. What do you mean you made it? It feels like your father's paying your rent and you got a job tweeting for a startup is what it feels like. Look at half the room shut down right there.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
New York vegan bakery under investigation. Find out why they're under investigation coming up in Dumbass of the Day.
Hey, let's do Dumbass of the Day. Quack, 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 quack.
I'll never forget how disappointed I was when I walked past the place in Paso. It's called Ziggy's. And then I see a pig on the sign, and it's got wings on, and then it says a huge neon sign. I'm like, oh, new barbecue joint. Huge neon sign right there. It says hot vegan food. I was like,
Oh, jeez.
never mind. Yay.
Well, vegan stuff can be good. I've had some good vegan stuff. But yeah, that's nothing I'm usually
Right on.
running towards.
So you know a little bit more about this because your wife can't eat
Gluten.
She can't eat gluten.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a gluten-free bakery. There's a vegan bakery, but they also specialize in gluten-free stuff. It's called Cindy Snacks. Okay. They get their baked goods, and I it's a good thing we're number one amongst people that are in the bakery business here in San Luis Obispo. We've actually ran those numbers and those demographics, and we know that Edna's and Slow Baked, we are their number one choice for programming in the morning. And we found out that they produce a lot of the baked goods for a lot of these places that call themselves bakeries around here.
Right.
So I understand the business model under Cindy Snacks. It's very hard to say together. Cindy Snacks. Cindy Snacks started posting pictures of the donuts that they had for the week. And one of them was a donut that was very similar to a donut they sell at Dunkin' Donuts. Well, apparently one of their suppliers decided, oh man, we didn't make enough of the strawberry donuts. Just swing by Dunkin' Donuts and go ahead and pick up one of those strawberry donuts and give it to them and then we'll pass it off. Well, the problem with that is people like your wife go to Cindy Snacks because they have a gluten allergy. So people were posting pictures of that donut. They're like, are you sure that's vegan and gluten-free? Because I saw that same donut at Dunkin' Donuts. Now, they are saying that, oh, that's our supplier. Now, I don't know. Because the supplier's like, no, we didn't give them Dunkin' Donuts. So now there's this battle. What's going on? You know, like, who is at fault for serving up the gluten-loaded donut from Dunkin' Donuts? I mean, I would think that it's got to be the supplier, right? Not the bakery owner, because the bakery owner's putting themselves on the line if somebody gets really sick. Correct?
Yeah.
What happens if your wife eats a regular donut?
She gets a migraine and just knocks her down. I mean, she's not going to end up like in the hospital but if somebody has celiac disease and they get a hold of gluten, it could kill them. I mean, it'll definitely send them to the hospital because they're allergic to it.
Cindy Snacks said that they pulled all the items as soon as they got a comment on it about Instagram, and they didn't even sell the strawberry donut.
Yeah.
They pulled all the items they'd received from the vendor, and the vendor's name is the Savory Fig, until he could figure out what was happening.
I mean, things can happen, but it can be deadly. I mean, you know, people
could kill somebody, according to this guy. Yeah,
people that are allergic to peanuts. You know, I mean, gosh, the throat can swell up. I mean, celiac disease is really bad. She doesn't have that. She just has a sensitivity to gluten. But and a lot of people just choose to be gluten-free, which doesn't help the people that are celiac because it makes everybody else think that this is a made-up thing when it's not.
There's a stigma. There's a huge stigma against gluten people.
Yeah. But you know, people that are allergic to gluten or have a sensitivity to it, that's a different thing. Some people eat gluten and it just destroys them from the stomach down. You know, I mean, it's like in the bathroom, power wash a toilet type thing. Sorry, that's a little graphic.
Like people like me tend to say, "Oh, you just want attention."
My favorite thing was we're going out to one of these teppin tables where they cook in front of you, the Japanese restaurant, and they've got a bunch of people there. And I asked the guy, says, "Is it possible to use gluten-free soy sauce?" And he's like, and let me tell you something. I've had it both. We have it here. It tastes exactly the same. You cannot tell the difference. And then he had to go around to everybody at the table and go, do you mind if I use, I don't want gluten-free soy sauce. Nobody knows. They think it's going to taste weird. And I'm like, so now, and she's
I'm gonna
like,
have a taste test
she's
now.
like, you know what? I just won't eat here. Because they had to use gluten for theirs and gluten-free for his, and he did it. And I was just like, you can't even tell a difference. Like, anyways.
We should do
I feel
like
bad
a charity,
for her. It's a
charity
struggle.
something to raise awareness for gluten, for celiac disease.
For celiac disease, yeah. Because people that have that, you really have to be careful. There was wheat flour in everything, and it's not just it comes from barley, comes from soy. I mean, there's lots of ways to get gluten, and if you're like highly allergic to it, like it'll put you in the hospital. You have to be. I bet going out to eat is like Russian roulette.
The problem is I was just looking on GoDaddy for normalizedceliac.com, and I don't know how to spell celiac, so
It's S-Y. Just in case you want.
see, I would have put a P on the beginning of it. That's how. So, anyways, there's a big dust up, not wheat dust, as of now, and according to the supplier, it's not Dunkin' Donuts.
By the way, I had it wrong. It's CELIAC.
Oh, that's easy enough.
No,
Do it like it sounds.
I'm an idiot. Sorry, it's CELIAC. Celiac.
Okay. See?
Google that bitch.
Normalizedceliac.com. What do you call it? Release the stigma? Congratulations to everybody involved here. The supplier, Cindy Snacks, and the person that posted it on Instagram, because that's
We all gotta do
very
better.
presumptive.
We gotta do better.
It's very presumptive to say, oh, that's a Dunkin' Donut because I had that before. That's the problem with social media right there. People are like, oh, that looks like the Dunkin' Donut I had before. I'm going to post it on Instagram and call them out. Call them out for not having vegan snacks or vegan whatever. Celiac, whatever. I don't even know. I'm very blessed. That's what I'm learning in this segment. I am very blessed to eat whatever the hell I want.
No, nothing. Not allergic to anything. That's good.
No, not that I know of.
Yeah.
Bowl of cereal every once in a while will get me going, though. That's why I don't subscribe to the cat. I don't know, something about probably the dairy.
It's
probably
dairy,
the
yeah,
dairy
it's the
and
milk.
being almost 50 years old.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I don't see the Kellogg CEO's vision when he says, "Oh, just go ahead and a bowl of cereal." No, because that will ruin me for the next 2 days.
Bowl of cereal will run through you like Usain Bolt sometimes, huh? Wow!
What are you in cahoots? Cahoots with a toilet paper company too, bro? Congratulations to Cindy Snacks, Dunkin' Donuts, Instagram person that decided to post the donut on Instagram and call out Cindy Snacks and Savory Fig, especially if indeed this does not end up being tested as a Dunkin' Donut. You're all Jeff and Jeremy.
Dumbass of the day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ. Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.